Do you, Earl, take this woman, Lisa, to be your lawfully wedded wife, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Here, here. Do you, Shannon, take this man, Brian, to be your lawfully wedded husband, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, as long as you both shall live?
Forgive me, Brian. I'm sorry, Reverend Sorrel. I can't.
What? Oh, no. It's because you did.
Oh. Beg your pardon? I can't, that's all. I just can't.
What's the matter, lassie? I don't understand.
You will, my darling. I love you, Brian. I love you too much.
Then marry me, damn it. That's what we're here for.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes the grease out of your way. And by Mr. Clean. For a clean so shiny you have to ask, is it wet or is it dry?
What the hell is going on?
You really don't know, do you?
Obviously not. Maybe you'd like to fill me in.
Please, my darlings, pretend this didn't happen.
All right, we'll just wait a minute and then we'll pick up right where we left off.
No, you must be happy. This is your wedding day, and nothing but nothing should come to spoil that. Uncle Earl, please explain things to everyone. Let's go.
Oh, dear.
Explain things.
Excuse me, I've got to go find Beatrice.
I have no idea. Friends, let's consider this an intermission, shall we? Now, I'm sure everything will be clear when Shannon and Brian get back, and in the meantime, well, let's eat, drink, and be merry. And if anyone wants to kiss the bride, they got to ask me first. Can I kiss the bride?
I don't want to kiss Lisa McCall. This is delicious. What a scandal. This wedding is going to sell more papers than the last one. I got to find a phone and get to Marla. I'll be right back. Oh, darling, isn't that sad?
Yes.
Holden. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be the country club.
Miss Walsh, I'm here to see Lily.
If you're here to see Lily, she is here with someone else. So I think you ought to
Miss Walsh, it's after office hours. I do what I want to do on my own time. You don't tell me anything. Yeah, I'm going to go see Lily.
No, thank you.
What are you doing here?
I came here to see you.
About what?
Let's go outside so we can talk.
I can't just leave
Now.
I can't.
Now. Excuse me? Excuse me?
Earl, I just cannot keep up this charade any longer. I think we ought to go find out what's going on.
Cesaro, we will just be in the way. Now, Brian and Shannon have to settle things for themselves if they can.
If? What do you mean, if?
I was afraid something like this was going to happen.
Oh, my dear, sweet, wonderful Brian. You really have no idea what's been going on, do you? You haven't even admitted it to yourself.
Admitted what? Damn it, Shannon, if you don't tell me what's going on...
Let me finish. I suppose I'll have to start at the beginning. I never thought that I would get married. When other girls my age were looking for husbands, I was off with Uncle Earl looking for adventures. Marriage, I always thought, should last a lifetime. And I could never imagine being with anyone for more than 2 or 3 days, let alone a lifetime. Until I met you. You didn't try to change me. Any changes I did make were of my own doing. You were the first man who accepted me for what I was. You're so good, kind, generous. And I said to myself, oh, my girl, don't let go of him. He's the one man in the world for you.
And you know that you are the only woman in the world for me.
When I was walking toward you tonight, my heart so full of you, and only you, I saw you look away from me, just for a moment, to Beatrice.
What of it? I'm very fond of her. Is that what this is all about? Oh, God. Oh, God. Why didn't you tell me about this before?
Because I couldn't bear to see the look in your eyes when you looked at her. I kept trying to deny it to myself. It's not even anything you've done on purpose. That's what's been so hard. You and Beatrice are blameless. See, Brian, I am the other woman here.
You know, this is ludicrous.
No, you love her, Brian. You may not realize it yet, but she knows she loves you. That's why she's going back to Scotland.
Oh, darling, you're imagining things.
No, she admitted as much to Harriet. She was running away because she couldn't bear to see you marry someone else. And you were trying to stop her because you couldn't bear not to have her with you. I remember when you tried to stop me from leaving for very much the same reason.
Darling, that was different. I was in love with you then. Beatrice and I have never been anything but friends.
I know, Brian, you never meant for any of this to happen. Neither did she. You couldn't help it. I think that you suppressed it because you felt you were committed to me. And you're an honorable man, so the only way out was for me to release you from that commitment. And I have. You're free to go to her, Brian.
I'm not going anywhere unless it's downstairs to marry you in front of God and all our friends.
No! Because even though you deny it, I'll know that you're still in love with Beatrice. And as long as I believe that, I can't marry you. I can't.
Brian!
I wish I were Brian, for your sake. I've known for some time now.
Oh, Duncan, does everyone know?
Well, Shannon, I imagine. And Harriet.
I told Harriet I had to tell someone.
I wanted so to help you. I didn't know how.
Why didn't you let me go back to Scotland? None of this would have happened.
Oh, Beatrice, you mustn't blame yourself for falling in love. We can't control those feelings.
Then people should stay away from us, Duncan. We're cursed, we McKechnies. Everyone who cares for us is destroyed. Thomas, Mrs. Hatchley, Suzanne, even Hensley. And now Brian and Shannon.
There's no curse.
There is, I tell you, we're doomed, Duncan. And we'll take everyone else down with us if they care for us. Oh, God, Duncan, when will it end?
There's no McKechnie curse. I'm afraid that would be too easy, Beatrice. You and I are responsible for our own lives. Maybe it's time we started taking control of our own destinies.
How?
Well, for a start, we could go back to the wedding.
I can't run away from this, can I?
I'm afraid not. Chin up. I'm right beside you. We'll see this through together.
You're not leaving.
No. We're just going for a walk. We'll be back. Okay, fine. You got me out here alone. What is it, huh?
This is all wrong. Me being out at the farm, you being here with Dusty.
Where's Monica, huh?
I didn't ask her to come out to the farm this afternoon. She just did it. You have nothing, absolutely nothing to be jealous about.
Don't you understand? Don't you understand? It's not Monica that's coming between us. It's you and your ambition.
What's wrong with ambition?
My mother says jump. You jump. My mother thinks it's wise you go out with Monica for your career. You go out with Monica.
You listen to me, all right? Now, I turned her down this afternoon for you. I didn't go to this dumb country club party with her. And as far as your mother's concerned, I told her I was going to see you tonight no matter what she said. So let's just forget about your mother now and the Lawrences. I've had it with this.
It's fine by me. Excuse me.
Happy New Year. Why can't we just begin this one right? Come back to the farm with me.
I came here with Dusty. I just can't leave him.
Just forget about Dusty. Forget about all this. I want to be with you tonight. We belong together.
I can't. I'm sorry. I just can't.
You know, if you wanted this half as much as I did, you wouldn't give a damn about anything else. So don't tell me that it's my ambition that's getting in the way here. Okay?
Holden, people just don't run off into the night. Do you understand that?
No, I guess your kind of friends don't. Is that what you mean? You know, I'm starting to get the picture here. So why don't you just go back with Dusty and all your well-mannered friends, all right? I'm sorry I showed up looking like this. Did I embarrass you? Look, it's not gonna ever happen again. I promise you that much.
Bless your heart, Dad. Come on, son.
Oh, there's the mommy.
Oh, there we go. What time is it?
Almost 6 a.m.
Oh, Christopher.
Our son is determined to ignore Greenwich Mean Time.
Gee, that means it's midnight back home. And Lisa's married. Oh, golly.
It's Shannon and Brian, too.
Yeah. I just wish we could have kind of whisked ourselves back there. Just for a little while. And whisked ourselves back here again. Uh-oh. Now you don't want anything to eat?
You know, it meant a lot to Franny, us being here for the holidays.
Yeah, I just hope that Seth doesn't leave right away. Maybe he'll stay an extra couple of days after we leave. That way she won't feel as if we run out on her.
I've been thinking about that. What if I extended my leave?
Well, John would certainly love that.
How do you feel about it?
Okay. I get the feeling that finding Sabrina is as important to you as it is to Franny.
You know, I think it is. There's just too many unanswered questions. This Mona Sims, pretending that she's blind when she isn't, and now she's dead. And the only connection we have with her is her nephew, Peter Marsden.
You really think that he's disappeared?
Well, Franny managed to get him on the phone the first time she called, and when she called again to try to arrange a meeting, there was no answer. Maybe I could find Marsden, and I'll look him up.
Hi.
Honey, what are you doing up?
What are you doing? I had a bad dream.
Oh, kid.
Seth and I were back at Mona's cottage. And everything was the same as it was that day, except there was no white horse outside. And we went in, and Mona was sitting with her back to us near the fire. But instead of Seth going over to her, I did, and I called out her name, but she didn't answer. So I touched her on the shoulder, and she turned around very slowly, and it wasn't Mona at all. It was Sabrina. I'm awful glad you're here. I really think that's enough.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. I will have some time. Put the glass down just a tad.
Oh, sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you. To you.
To you? Oh, darling, I am so happy. I don't think anyone has a right in this whole world to be this happy. But I feel so selfish being like this. Because I know that Brian and Shannon are having such a problem.
Tesoro, whatever their problems are, they would not want you to be sad tonight of all days.
It's the second time you've called me that, Mr. Mitchell. Now, what does tesoro mean?
My treasure, my love, my wife. Mrs. Mitchell, may I have the honor of this dance?
Oh, Mr. Mitchell, I was hoping you would ask.
Earl's doing his best to keep Lisa's spirits up.
Yeah, I think he's as worried as the rest of us, Grant.
Harriet. Harry, do you know what's going on? Maybe, but I think Shannon ought to tell you herself. Excuse me, Beatrice hasn't come back yet. I think I'll go find her.
In the first edition in the morning.
You certainly have an eye for business.
Yeah, I've got an eye for a lot of things.
Oh, good, as long as you don't believe in the motto, look, but don't touch.
Can't you just ignore him, John?
The last time I ignored him, he tried to kill me.
Looks like Lily and Holden have been gone a long time. I wonder if Lily's coming back.
I know she's going to come back because she's very close with Shannon. I wish I knew what was going on, but,
I wish Steve were here.
I miss David, too. I should be used to it by now.
Yeah. You think Shannon's really going to get through with this and not marry? Well, one thing about relationships that I've come to realize is that nothing seems to stay the same. I mean, everything seems fine, and then wham, something happens, and everything changes, just like that.
Yeah, sure does.
there you go, there you go. Now, you know, I can read your mind, you know.
Oh, you can?
Yes, you are worried about Lily being off somewhere with Holden.
That's, okay, you're right, that's right.
Yes, I know, because you have maternal instinct written all over your face.
Isn't that obvious?
About Lucinda, she's too preoccupied with James to notice that Lily's even listening. I'm going to go this way.
Duncan.
Courage.
What's going on?
Well, where are Brian and Shannon? People are starting to speculate.
There better be some answers around here.
Well, I think we might get some answers very soon.
May I have your attention, ladies and gentlemen? You're probably wondering what happened a few minutes ago.
Brian, it was my decision. I should be the one to tell them. I suppose after our last wedding, you all came prepared to expect the unexpected. And here you have it again. But believe me, this was quite unexpected to Brian. And though maybe not unexpected to me, certainly unintentional. Brian and I won't be getting married tonight. All I can say is that I have very strong reasons, and they're very personal. And between Brian and me. And as a matter of fact, That's all I want to say on the subject. Because there was a very important and very special wedding that did take place tonight, as scheduled. These two people are incredibly dear to me. My heart is full of joy for them. I know all of yours are too, so please, help them celebrate.
Shannon.
No, please, you two. Be happy. I love you. You'll thank me for this someday.
Okay, kid. Hey, your mom said you had a nightmare.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't want her to wake you up. Oh, no, I'm not guilty of that. It was Christopher. He had a fit when I put him back to bed. It really sounded like the noon whistle.
Well, next time you wake me up right away, huh?
Thanks. Oh, I'm fine now. It was silly. It's just that I'm thinking about Sabrina a lot, so I keep dreaming about her. That's all.
It's just it's the not knowing until you finally see her face to face.
Mm-hmm. Seth, I want to go back to Mona's cottage today. Will you come with me?
I'm not about to let you go there alone.
What do you think you'll find out there?
I don't know. I just feel that it's terribly important that I go.
Well, that's all the reason you need, sweetie.
But I hate missing any time with you guys.
Oh.
Actually, we've been thinking about staying longer.
Me too.
Oh, I can handle this on my own. I'm not a baby.
Hey, daughter, we stick together, remember?
I love you all an awful lot.
We love you, honey.
Excuse me, can you take me back to the mainland?
Shannon, please, wait, don't leave.
I have to.
Brian loves you.
No. No, he thinks he still loves me. Once I'm gone, Beatrice, he'll begin to realize that he really loves you. As much as you love him.
Harriet told you?
She didn't have to.
Please wait. If anyone should go, it's me. Brian just feels responsible for me. Once I'm back in Scotland, he'll forget all about me.
No. Then he wouldn't have either of us. Don't do that to him. He's a very special man. I couldn't bear to see him hurt like that.
Then go back to him now. Marry him tonight.
No, I can't. It's too late for that. I can't marry a man who's falling in love with someone else. And you mustn't blame yourself, Beatrice. If we'd been married, not you or anyone else would have come between us. But it didn't work that way. Brian wasn't totally committed to me. So when you came into his life, his heart was free to go out to you.
I didn't mean to love him. I didn't, believe me.
I do believe you. And I believe Brian when he says you've only been friends. But the truth is, you're much better for him than I'd ever be. Oh, he loves my wild ways and my impulsiveness. We've had some wonderfully wild and impulsive times together. I know he'll never forget me. But you're perfect for him, Beatrice. You'll make him very happy, I know. If you can help him not to feel guilty about what's happened, then you must start by not feeling guilty yourself. And now I have to go. If I stay any longer, I may change my mind. Take care of him.
You're an incredible woman.
So are you. Oh, here. Thank you for lending this to me. I hope you'll use it yourself before too long.
Shannon! Shannon, wait! Shannon! Shannon! Shannon!
been brought to you today by Crisco Oil, for fried foods with no greasy taste and for light-tasting salads. And by Ivory. There's a pure, natural kind of clean when you lather up with Ivory. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
She's gone. Go after her, Brian.
It's no use. Once she's made up her mind.
You must go after her. I'll never forgive myself.
Beatrice.
Please, you're wasting time. I'll get George to take you back.
No, wait a minute. My boatsman's here.
Please. I know you can put things right with Shannon. I know you can.
I'll try. Will you be all right?
Stop thinking about me. Go! Bye, my love. Duncan.
That took courage, Lucy.
Now will you let me go back to Scotland before something worse happens?
Now, I know we are all full of mixed emotions right now.
To say the least.
But Brian and Shannon both wanted us to be happy and celebrate. So let's not disappoint them, and a Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Oh, darling, you always know the right thing to say. How is that, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor as best man to propose a toast to my beautiful mother and to the man who has made her happier than I have ever seen her.
Tom, I'll try not to take that personally.
Oh, Brad, don't, please.
Oh, okay, everyone, let's dance, okay?
You got it. Sure.
There's a really silly.
Hey.
Hi.
Have you noticed Mama lately?
Yeah, she looks great, doesn't she? Happier than I've seen her in a long time.
Very. Listen, you're gonna think I'm crazy. I know you are, and I'm crazy, okay? But, Mama and Casey, you don't think that...
Why don't you ask Mama? I'm sure she'll give you a straight answer.
I'm interested in football. That's what I'm afraid of.
Nobody was... Hello? How's Holden?
Holden just wanted to talk to me, that's all.
Fine.
From the way he looked, he wanted to do it a lot more than talk.
Listen, I would understand if you just want to go somewhere with him.
No, I don't. I came here with you. I'm leaving with you.
Hello, everybody. Is everybody having a good time? Having fun? I'd be having a better time if I was dancing. Come on, Dusty.
Sure. I'm going.
Well, what was up with Holden?
He asked me to come out to the farm with him, and when I refused because I was here with Dusty, he blew up and took off. I mean, why does the difference in our backgrounds mean so much to him?
Well, when you're important to someone, you want to feel important to them when you care about them, especially when you've had all the advantages like you know.
Well, how many times do I have to say it to him over and over again
until he listens and until he trusts you?
He doesn't trust me with Dusty, that's for sure. I mean, I try to tell him to understand what Dusty and I have is different, okay? It's different. There's nothing for him to be jealous of. He doesn't understand.
Well, jealousy sometimes is very hard to handle, you know?
I understand that I have a guy job working for Atwt at the hospital.
Yeah.
Great.
Do you have anything to do with that? That's what I thought.
No, really, I'm not sure that I have any influence with my mother anymore.
Somebody else is whispering in the Queen's ear. Couldn't be a worse influence.
Let's get out of here. Come on, let's split. I got my story. I don't know. Let's celebrate. celebrate more privately.
You're absolutely right. But I have to make a call.
Why? 2 o'clock in the morning? Who should I...
It's not 2 o'clock in the morning in Edinburgh, and I want the call to end up on McKechnie's bill. I'll be right back.
Hurry, because my imagination is reeling all the... Where we might go, what we might do.
As long as we're not disturbed too early.
Doctor.
John, thanks for getting Lansing off our backs with that check. I'll get you my half as soon as I talk to Barbara.
Yeah, just so he doesn't think it's a bottomless pit. It's only insurance money. He'll never make that phone call. He knows if he does, he'll go back to jail. He's not dumb. He may not be dumb, but he's always been a little crazy. My big mistake was knuckling under to him all those years ago. Something I never had anything to do with. You, on the other hand, must have plenty on your conscience that keeps you awake at night, huh? I'm sorry to have left you alone for so long. Beatrice was very upset by what happened.
I see. Well, it's getting kind of late.
Late? It's not even 2 o'clock.
That's late. I want to say goodnight to Lisa and Earl. We'll be on our way.
Why not spend the night? There are a couple of very comfortable bed chambers right across the hall from mine.
Cool. Can Andy stay too?
Hey.
Hi.
I want to show him those secret passages.
Hey, no secret passageways. Not at all. You understand me?
So does that mean we can stay? Great, thanks. Andy will love to hear this.
Oh.
And you're most welcome.
Well, it is kind of late. What are you looking for?
Your ex-husband. James seems to have disappeared.
Well, McKechnie, unless I miss my guess, you're the one who stole the ruckle from Emily Stewart.
Who's locked this door? Who's in there? Unlock this door!
Well, listen, I want to propose a toast now. Iva's new job at Memorial. Much success, a new job, a new year, a new beginning.
Here, here.
For all of us, including you, John.
Thank you. You're welcome. On behalf of...
Lily.
Hey, kid.
Well, hi. I know it's late. I couldn't sleep. I had Fenwick drop me off. I hope it's all right if I...
Of course it's all right. You know you're always welcome here, sweetheart. Does your mama know where you are?
No. Well, she wasn't home when I got home. She's at one of her all-night meetings. I'm sure I left her a note, so...
Well, why don't we, here, come and have some hot cocoa. Okay.
Is Holden asleep?
He's not home yet.
Great. It's great. I just drove him right into Monica's arms.
Now, don't jump to any conclusions, really. I'm just sure he's probably out thinking, and he'll probably be home before you get up in the morning, I bet.
Do you mean I can spend the night?
Of course you can.
Spend the night. I'm not going to let you go out there again. You go out and tell Fenwick you're staying, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to call Zach and wish him Happy New Year.
Yeah, you can tell him what happened tonight.
Well, if I can get through on the phone, the line has been busy.
Well, still no answer at Peter Marsden's.
Listen, don't postpone your trip to Banbury. I'll keep trying to get Marsden on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. Well, you got everything you need?
Yeah, I think so. Bye-bye.
See you later, kid.
Have a good day.
All right, thank you. You too. Be careful, you guys.
Yeah, we will.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Honey, we've got to call home. Oh, you've got to let Rex know we're going to stay longer.
John will fall to his knees and give thanks.
That he will. I want to check with Andy and make sure he wants to continue staying with John. And I would like to reach Lisa before she goes on her honeymoon.
Why don't you wait a couple of hours and I'll try to get Marsden again.
Okay.
You know, honey, it's really spooky how much this little girl looks like Franny when she was that age.
Yeah, really is. You know, I can kind of understand how Franny feels. It's a little like having somebody walking around in your skin.
Hello, Peter Marsden?
Yes?
Good morning. My name is Dr. Robert Hughes. I'm Franny Hughes' father. She called you not too long ago and asked about your aunt, Mona Sims.
Yes, I remember.
We were wondering if you'd had time to go through her personal effects as yet.
No, I have been extremely busy. Besides, everything is stored up at the cottage.
Oh, I see.
The reason is we're very anxious to see if your aunt mentions a young woman by the name of Sabrina.
I'll let you know.
You have our number here?
Yes. Why don't I contact your daughter? I'm pretty sure that you'll be returning to the United States very soon.
Well, actually, my wife and I are staying on a little longer.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Marsden, would it be possible for me to stop by and see you today?
Mr. Marsden?
Yes. Come to 1454 Ashenden Crescent in Hockney Marsh. But hurry. There's a train. It takes about 40 minutes from London to here.
I'm on my way. He'll see me today.
Oh, you're kidding.
You know, I'm really glad that I'm going to see him rather than Franny. It's very strange.
Well, honey, now, for heaven's sakes, be careful.
Come in.
Well, the boys are sound asleep. Duncan, something wrong?
When I came up here earlier, that door was locked.
Oh, someone from the wedding party was probably in here.
I don't think so. The door was locked from the inside. They were all downstairs. Whoever came in here came in through the secret passageway.
Well, who could it have been?
The only person I could think of who'd want to be in here undisturbed is your ex-husband.
James, why?
He accused me of stealing the ruckle from Emily Stewart. I think he might have been in here looking for it.
Well, if he was in here, you're lucky the door was locked. James can be very violent when provoked. He hasn't changed in that respect. I had a little run-in with him earlier today when I told him I wanted to limit his visitation with Paul. He grabbed me. I saw that old flash of uncontrolled rage.
I know. I was walking with Beatrice. Had it gone on any longer, I would have intervened.
If you had, there's no telling what would have happened. He says he's changed. I think he has. I think he's even more dangerous than he ever was.
Aye, lassie. You're wise to be wary. Violence, when suppressed, feeds on itself, and it becomes stronger and stronger. And when it finally explodes, it destroys everything in its path.
May I ask you a question?
Oh, Mrs. Mitchell, your every wish is my command.
Even if it means that we might have to postpone our honeymoon for a little while? Oh, I know you've planned a beautiful honeymoon at an exotic island somewhere far, far away. It's just that I'm afraid I'll worry too much about Shannon and Brian.
Well, I would too, Tesoro.
You would?
Mm-hmm.
We're always going to agree on everything, are we?
All right.
Ah, you're such a dreamer. I'm going to do my darndest to make sure you never regret marrying me.
Oh, and I am going to do my darndest to make sure that you're the happiest woman on earth.
Oh, I love you, Mr. Mitchell. And this is our wedding night.
Oh, yeah. My first.
Your first. No, don't you worry now. I've had lots of experience. Come here.
You seem tense.
Sometimes I get the feeling that Sabrina's purposely trying to avoid me.
Look, I'm sure if she ever saw how alike you are, she'd be trying just as hard to find you. Come on.
Peter Marsden? I'm Dr. Hughes. You told me to come over.
Did you come alone?
Well, yes. Why?
Nothing. I thought you might have brought your daughter with you. Come in.
I looked everywhere. She obviously doesn't want to be found.
What made her take off like that? Do you have any idea?
Doesn't make any sense. I've tried to think it through.
Brian, we want to help you out if we can, but you don't owe us any explanations.
Thanks. She's out there, you know. She's out there somewhere. Yes?
Mr. McCall, I'm Mulligan from Mulligan's Pub, and I'm heartily sorry to come ringing your bell at this hour of the morning, but she insisted.
Who insisted?
Why, your bride-to-be, Shannon O'Hara, or Aaron Casey, if you like.
Come on in, Mr. Mulligan. How is she, Mulligan?
She was all right after a few of my Irish coffees. And she made me promise on my mother's grave to come here and deliver a message before heading home to my bed.
What message?
Well, mind, I'm no trained actor.
Why don't you just give us the gist of it, all right?
She made me memorize the whole thing. Well, here goes. Dearest Brian, that's you, I presume. Dearest Brian, after the fiasco of my last two weddings, I should have realized that marriage was not in the stars for me. Little birds need to be on the wing, and by now, you know that I have flown the nest. When we met, I had a broken wing, and you mended it nicely. Now, somebody else needs your help. Somebody who won't fly away when she's strong and whole. Somebody who can give you happiness far more than ever I could. Don't worry about me. Be kind to yourself. And most of all, be happy. There. I think I got it right. Does it make sense at all?
I'm afraid it does.
Stay tuned for Capital. Tune into tough investigations, fascinating profiles, and candid interviews. Watch 60 Minutes, Sunday at 6, here on 6. It's by Christie Brothers. Jewelry by Yves Saint Laurent. This is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again Monday for As the World Turns.